So happy, what's today? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. How's it going?
Slow start this morning.
Okay. All right, so where is everybody at? Is everybody in Ignite or something? That's at night, so where's everybody? Anyway, any ahas from James Schiff for script practice this morning? Oh. Am I frozen?
No, I wasn't on.
Yes, don't try to compete with, what do they say? Don't try to compete with something.
Don't compare your insides to someone else's outsides.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't get into script practice this morning. I said I needed a different code or something for me.
Really?
But I did James Shaw. Yeah. And it's the same link I use every day.
It is the same link. So that's strange. I was in there at script practice. So what they were talking about was calling for rent by owners. For rent by owners. So hitting up investors who have homes that they're trying to rent out, but we could possibly get them sold. So that's another avenue as well to find listings, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Right. I wish I would have heard that one.
For
But
rent,
that's a good idea.
and basically they were just saying, if you see anything for rent by an owner, just basically starting that conversation like, hey, a lot of our sellers or a lot of our investors are looking to cash out in this extremely high sellers market. At what price would it take you to sell? Kind of using like the blank check script, but
right.
Kind of similar to that. So where could we find for rent by owners?
MLS, right? No.
Craigslist.
If you're in the MLS, only people that could be in MLS are licensed agents.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So if you're not a licensed real estate agent, you cannot post in the MLSs. So like Amy said, Craigslist is a great place to find some for rent by owners,
Okay.
So how did it go yesterday? Did anybody get a listing appointment or some listing prospects, seller prospects yesterday?
I tried to call my two that I got from door knocking, and neither one of them answered.
Oh, you called your two from door knocking, they didn't answer? Okay, and we sent that handwritten note? Awesome sauce. Okay, so it's the touches, right? So when you called, did you leave a message?
Not yesterday. I'll call and leave a message today.
Absolutely. And what class was I in yesterday? No, not class. That meeting that we had where Hank was saying to do a video. Were you there? Maybe do a video to say, hey, it's Amy. It was such a pleasure to meet you the other day. Super excited to whatever, you know what I mean? Because then they got your call, they got your letter, they see your video, and they hear your voice, see your face again. And then you're starting to become familiar and something that they're like, okay, I know this is Amy. This is my agent, Amy. Right? So just continuing to just be like, hey, don't forget about me. So they used to call it 8x8 or 7 to cement, where it takes 7 to 8 touches for them to remember who you are, right? So they saw you, they got a call from you, they got a handwritten note from you, they're going to get another call from you, possibly a video from you. So, 1 or 2 more touches, they know who Amy is. You're not just like that's somebody else, right? So
right.
Awesome sauce. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. We were just talking about James Shaw, script practice for rent by owners, and where are we at on getting your listing appointment for this week? Or seller prospect. I'll even take some seller prospects. What we got? Did everybody have their coffee this morning? I know grab your coffees, okay? Take a big old sip. Thank you, Rita. Take a big old sip. Let's get this energy flowing. So, okay, how about this, Al? It was so good to see you yesterday, and I wanted to know, how did it go?
How did it go?
Didn't you have to meet with your for sale by owners?
That's today.
Oh, that's today. Okay.
Yeah,
Can I tell everybody that you made 4 calls and got 2 appointments?
sure.
I
Yeah.
just did. So you guys, if you were on PC yesterday, we were talking about talking to sellers, right? And so Al was like, my thing is going to be for sale by owners. We did a quick script practice role play right there. And what Al learned yesterday was to ask for the appointment. It is huge that you ask for that appointment. So he took that new skill he learned yesterday at PC, made 4 phone calls, got two meetings to meet with some for sale by owners. So, and you said what, like a week ago or whatever, you had made a whole lot of calls, no appointments, and it was that one thing: ask for the appointment, right? So you guys, I want you to channel your inner Al today, okay? Get your inner Al going, and let's reach out to some people that have homes that want to sell, and just have that conversation and just get to that appointment. You got to be the first person face to face, right? We know that they, 80, 70% of the time, they work with the first agent that they meet face to face, right? So Al's finna get up in some today, right? He's prepared. We talked about objection handlers yesterday, right? How to find their motivation. So Al is on his way to get at least his one true list. The appointments that he's going on today, they're appointments to meet. And then the goal is to take that meeting and then turn it into an actual listing appointment to be had so that he can secure that listing, right?
Yeah.
Yes and yes. What else, you guys? What are you thinking about? Today is halftime for the week. Know how I feel about halftime. Got to get in that locker room. You got to have a powwow with you and your team, which might be just you and you. You and you got to get together and be like, hey, you, we committed to doing at least 40 points a day. We committed to doing 1 listing appointment a week. If you're doing your daily activities, your DPA activities daily, you'll get into business, right? Because those activities are forcing you to do the things that that require you to get an appointment, talk to people, pop by, set appointments, make calls, handwritten notes, right? Hello.
Yeah.
I need
It's
some
like church.
interaction today, y'all. I need some back and forth here. What do we got to do? Tell me what we got to do.
Hey, Alicia.
Yes, Joe.
Okay, so I went on the Rob Tucker, the rock star, and I didn't receive I missed something because I didn't know how to log in.
So what I'm hearing is everybody got an email, and in that email, it's like a long password that you got to copy and paste in, and then once you set up your account, you can create your own password.
I didn't get that. I got 2 emails from Rob Tucker, and there's no password or anything like that. There's a link to the website, but
can you forward me the email? Can you, if you guys do not have access to it, forward me your email so that we can get it figured out. Because I don't know what your email looks like, but the one that I got was the same situation where the password was on there. Click copy and paste, and then I created my own password.
all right.
So if anybody is having trouble logging in to their Rockstar account, please forward me your email, and then we'll get it figured out. We'll talk to Rob and we'll get in the back end of it. So I'm just gonna share my screen real quick and kind of just show you guys like what, if you guys are like, what are they talking about? Rockstar Agent, this is what it should look like. It should have your profile here, right? And access to your classes here. And at the top, you have your DPA input. Just scroll down to Atlanta, because we're Atlanta, and you'll put your input, your daily input there. So at the end of the day, let me log back in. At the end of the day, you're gonna assess what you did today, right? And these are your points. Oops. Let me go back. Okay, so y'all can see my screen, right? Yeah. I'm gonna just assume you can see my screen. And
We
so,
can see it.
okay, great, thank you. These are the points: calls, whether they answered or not, real estate conversations, appointments set, whether you went on them or not, whether they canceled or not, you set the appointment, handwritten note cards, drop by, pop bys. So every day you'll just put in your info, answer those simple couple questions, and then what you'll end up doing is getting on the scoreboard. And right now, y'all got to play catch up to Amy, okay? Amy's like, I got a kabillion points. So right now, we got Amy at 250, no name at 174. So if you're no name at 174, then we need to update you may have,
Email.
your login or something may have gotten confused.
I'm gonna claim no name.
Yeah, I got a.
No name. Who's no name? Are they on here today? Okay, we'll find you in the back end and figure it out. Okay, so any questions on how to get into your Rockstar Agent account? If you got the email and you can't get in, forward me your email. I'll have Chrissy get with Rob today and get it fixed.
So for the 0 to 10 million, are we supposed to register for that as well? Or
No,
is it,
everybody starts out on a fast track.
okay,
And then once you complete fast track, then it will open up to the next one and the next one and the next one. So
okay.
And you can only go so fast on fast track. I found out. Chrissy got with Rob, and there's a time delay in there.
yes,
So I'm stuck.
so Amy's completed all her tasks in 5 minutes, but some of these things may take you a little bit more time if you don't have certain things already set up, like your business Facebook or your Google your Google business page and things like that. But it will push you through, and then once you get through fast track, that will open you up to the next section, and it'll take you section by section and move you
So
through.
do you have to watch the video to do this stuff? Like, do you have to watch it, or is it like what we used to? Is it kind of like how we used to track our numbers before with the
You
with
get
the Google?
points for watching the video, Everett.
Watch
All
the
right,
video.
so, yeah, because I'm doing these things and I'm not even writing them down.
Okay, so you need to keep track of what you're doing throughout the day. So if you know you're done for the day, or if you're starting your day, just put in your DPA from yesterday. Remember what you did and put your numbers in, right? Because the points are going to show what you're doing and not doing. And that way you know what you're doing and not doing. Right?
Okay.
Also,
So if I'm gonna try, can I go all the way back, or am I gonna just have to start from, like, if I start watching today, I'm gonna have to start from today?
you're just going to start from today.
Okay.
I mean, you can't retro back, like, however, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start and then just do it. Just start from there and then just start going through the modules and make sure you're putting your DPA numbers in every day. So that way, you need to know what you're doing every day. Are you meeting with people? Are you making phone calls? How many handwritten notes did you do? How many pop buys did you do? Right? So those things, those dollar producing activities are what you're supposed to be doing every day. That's your job as a real estate agent.
What do you consider a pop buy?
When you said, what do I consider a pop buy?
Yeah.
When you go pop by at somebody's house, knock, knock, knock. Hey,
Like a door knocking.
you could call it door knocking.
But the pop by, you bring them something too, right?
I hope you bring in something while you're door knocking. Have something.
Allie, they're talking about pop buys, like, you know, when you bring something like popcorn or.
But no. So these are drop buys,
Okay.
right? But it could be a pop buy. I don't want them to feel like they got to go spend money to go do that.
That's why I'm just saying it, because I could tell that Amy was thinking about a pop buy, not necessarily a drop buy.
Yeah,
So I wanted you to
was.
clarify it. See, right. That's why I wanted you to clarify it.
It's the same difference. It's gonna, because they have, DPA says drop by, but a drop by could be a pop by is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about pop buys before, taking those little things or whatever. But technically in the Rockstar Agent DPA thing, it says drop by, but I want you to know that pop by can count for a drop by.
Okay.
Does that make
So,
sense?
so I must have missed the definition.
Huh?
So I think I've missed the definition of pop by. What is that?
So a
How is
pop
that?
by, so a pop by is when you're going to like what Barb's does. Like during the holiday, she has like these tins of popcorn and she was doing the flowers, and she would go pop by at her clients and drop them off and say, hey, thinking about you, holidays, blah, here you go. Or I was talking to somebody and it was right before 4th of July. Told you to hit the dollar store up. Go, if you're gonna do 20, go get 20 $1 items. I don't want you to spend a lot of money doing this. You know what I'm saying? Or print you a flyer or a door hanger or something. Just go to the door. I don't care how you do it, what you do, what you say. Just go to the door. So I don't want you to overthink this. The whole drop by Popeye is go to somebody's doorstep. At this point, I will take anything that you do at that doorstep. It's just getting in the habit of getting outside your house, getting outside your car, getting outside your comfort zone, and then go to the door. At this point, any door action, you can count it as a drop by. Right?
All right, thank you.
Yes, please don't get analysis paralysis, guys. It don't have to be extra. I don't care if you just go with your business card and hand it to them and run away. Do so.
I can do that.
I told you guys, bars, remember at family reunion, Cody Gibson would always do a class, and Cody is funny as heck. And he told one of his clients was having such anxiety about door knocking, and he pulled up to the house, sitting in the car, talking to him on the phone, sweating, like, I can't do this, I can't do this. He said, just get out and give him the card. Got out, knocked on the door, lady opened the door, he hands a business card and jets back to his car. And the lady's like, no, wait, are you a real estate agent? I need an agent, right? So I don't care if you just do that. You got to start somewhere. Start where you're at, okay? Start where you're at. Start in your neighborhood. Start where you live at. Go outside and go next door to your neighbor's house. Start there, right? Because don't be mad when you see your neighbor put a for sale sign with somebody else up there and you never knocked on their door. I'm just saying. I'm a little salty when I drive through my neighborhood, but that's my own fault. Right? So what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think about these DPA activities, dollar producing activities?
They work.
They work. And end the conversation there, okay? Period. They work.
Drop the mic. He
Drop the
said they
mic.
work.
Done.
Do
We're
them.
done for the
Do
rest of
them. They work.
And you guys, I want you to know that every time, most of the time when everyone steps outside their comfort zone, they're like, oh my God, that worked. Whether it's doing open houses at a high level, whether it's door knocking, whether it's for sale by owners, typically if you just give it a go, it'll work. You just got to give it a go, right? So what are we giving a go at today? What are you guys going to do to get your dollar producing activities done today?
I'm making a bunch of phone calls.
Okay. So Amy's ready. Phone calls. You got your note cards ready?
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
Al's going to see his for sale by owners that he talked to yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Who else is next? Who else? Vanity. Hey, boo, what are we doing today to get in front of some sellers?
Well, I'm sending out golden letters from the door knock that I did last week. And I might have a potential listing. He's a little tough, but I was gonna go by and talk to him too.
Okay, Vanity, tell us more. Okay, so you went door knocking, right?
Actually, me and Crystal went door knocking a couple weeks ago in a neighborhood in Fayetteville. And I actually got a lead from well, my ex-husband, somebody in his neighborhood, a guy who who may potentially want to sell. So I talked to him and he's like he wants to sell his house for $400,000, and if he can't get that, he's not selling.
Okay.
So I told him, right. His wife wants to sell though. She wants to sell.
Okay.
But he's like he put so much money into it, and I know the average is like 300 over there. But I told him I can come look at it. We can talk about it and kind of go from there. So I was actually gonna go talk to him today.
Yes. Okay, guys, let's help Vanity out. He said,
Please, because I don't know what I'm gonna say.
no, I got you. So y'all listen up. Now he said that he's interested in selling, and he gave a number, 400, right? What would we say or ask next?
What's important about 400,000 to you? What will that do for you? What are you planning to do with 400,000?
What's important?
So I actually asked him that, and he just said he's put so much money into it
Like
that he's probably put about $100,000 into it.
doing what?
He's like an older retired guy, and he just keeps upgrading like his from the inside to the outside. Like he's the hardwood floors, counter, like he's redone all type of stuff. He keeps he'll change it. Like he gets bored and just upgrades his house for the most part. So right.
So Vanity.
Yes.
So wait, so you said you asked him that. So you asked him what would 400,000 do for him, and he started talking about how much money he put into it.
Right. So he basically just wants to get his money back out of it if he was to sell it. And he's not in a rush to sell it because again, he's retired. He's an older guy. It's already a ranch style home. So I mean, he's not pressed. The reason he's thinking about selling it is because his wife wants to move.
Why does
So
And she can't get him to agree to sell it.
he's saying, so it sounds like he's reluctant about moving unless he can get 400,000. Is that what it's
Yeah, he's like stuck on 400,000.
And I'm sorry, I didn't hear the rest of what you're saying. So have you looked at the comps in the area?
Yeah, so the last house in the neighborhood sold for like 290. And that's about the average price, about 275 to 290 in the area.
With comparable upgrades to what he's done?
Yeah, because the last house was very much upgraded as well. So the rest of them weren't like, his is like a brick front. The rest of them weren't, and they weren't like ranch style or anything. So he could probably get a little bit more, but he wouldn't be getting, I don't see 400,000. And that's the only way he said he's going to sell.
Well, why do you think he can get more? Because it's a ranch house.
You said, why do I think?
Yeah.
we're going?
Well, I'm just saying, as far as it being like brick, all the other houses are, they're not brick or anything like that. So I figured like with the brick front and the upgrades that he has done.
All that has nothing to do with what we really need to get down to. We already know the house not gonna sell at 400. Don't matter. I don't care what kind of upgrade you got in there.
It's
If
not.
Right.
Huh?
It's not.
It's not.
Right.
That's not my point. My point is we need to fall back, go back to what Hank was saying. What's important about 400? He said, I want 400 because I put $100,000 worth of work in here, right? But the thing is that it's not the number 400, right? He's saying 400 because he came up with 400. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where he got 300 plus 100 equal 400. Like that doesn't, so the math is wrong here. So you got to dive deeper into, okay, you want 400. What do you owe on this house? What's your mortgage payoff? Because this is what people do. My mortgage payoff minus my sales price is my profit. And we know
Right.
that's not true, right? So if he's saying 400, I would shift him away from price and more towards profit. Okay, you say you're looking to get 400. Why is 400 important? Oh, because I put 100 grand of work into it. Oh my God, it looks amazing. I can see why you really got to, put your time and effort into it. So let me ask you this. What do you want to walk away with, right? Because if you sell for 400, you're not going to walk away with 400. So what are you looking to have in your hand when you walk away?
Gotcha.
Get that number, right? Because
Okay.
let's say, oh, I need to at least make my 100 grand back that I put into the house. Okay, what's your payoff amount? Because unless he owe 300 on it, I can, you know what I'm saying? You could possibly get him what he wants to net. It may not have anything to do with 400. You see what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah.
And then, but you got to take it further on what is that net amount going to do for you? Why? Because he's saying 400 because he's put 100. That's not a deep enough why. That's like a surface level stuff, right? We need to dig deeper into okay, what do you want to net? And why is this number important to you? So let's say he say, oh, I got at least net 150. I need 100 back for all my stuff and I want a $50,000 profit. Okay, what's your payoff amount? Get his payoff amount, run that against your comps, and then see, okay, well, hey, you know what? And this is financial thermostat. Hey, Mr. Seller, you know what? I got to looking at it and I know you said you want to net about 150. And you said you want to net 150 because you want to use 50 to pay off some debt and you want to recoup your 100,000, right? So what if we could get you 125? What if we can get you 100? Because the thing is when people do improvements to their house and then they still lived in the house, you don't get dollar for dollar back. You enjoy the hardwood that you're stepping on. So when you spend 10,000 on hardwoods, you don't get 10,000 back because you put 10,000 in. You stepped all over. Every step, 50 cents. It's coming off that price. You don't get dollar for dollar on home improvement that you have enjoyed on. Oh, I built a deck out on the outside 2 years ago for $5,000. Okay, well, it's not going to bring you back. You used it. You've enjoyed it a little bit already. You don't get dollar for dollar back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I would dive deeper into you've done so much. You've done $100,000 worth of work. Tell me what you did. Because I'm going to tell you, he didn't do $100,000. Everybody says more than what it is. Oh, I spent $100,000. No, you probably spent 75, maybe 80. But in your mind, you spent 100. And I get it. If something costs $79.99, it's $100 in my head. Right? They probably didn't spend a whole 100.
Right.
And you got to break it down. Okay, wow, you know what? Do you have receipts for everything that you did? Okay, so you put these new granite countertops in 2 years ago? Oh, okay. That's not, you gotta start to bring them back to reality. But the most important thing is getting that net number and the motivation for that number. Right? And you're also dealing with a spouse. Different motivation. Right? So when you're dealing with a spouse, one or two things is one is the a decision maker most of the time. One is a decision maker. You got to figure out who that is. And sometimes it looks like this person is, but it's not, because this person is telling that person what to say. Okay?
Right.
So you got to really identify who's the decision maker, because wifey wants to say.
Yeah, she wants to.
Why does she want to say?
They've been in the neighborhood for a long time. And she wants a bigger house.
Why does she want a bigger house?
I have no clue. I haven't asked that question.
Got to go deeper.
Okay.
Got to go deeper with the wife. You got to go deeper with the husband, find out that net, then dig deeper into that net, because 400 is not that. That's not what the 400 represents, something else. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You got to dig up in there to find out what they really mean.
Okay.
Right? And because when you find out that true motivation, which is their positive future, then you know what the negative future is going to look like. Well, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you know what? I know you want to sell because you want a bigger house, because you need more room for him to do all his improvements or whatever he want to do all day. He's over improved his house. He needs something else to work on. Then, you got to dive deeper into that, because if you don't sell, you're going to end up with your third set of new countertops. You're going to have $1 million in a $100,000 house, right? Especially when they're retired, they need a project. And if that project is a house, then he needs to start moving houses quicker. Like improve sell,
Right.
move. Right? That's how he enjoys spending his time. So just dig deeper into it, get all up in there, and then start tapping on that motivation, right?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So welcome, guys. So welcome. Any other thoughts, questions, or feelings? We got to go ahead and wrap it up. It's a wonderful Wednesday today. We have team meeting today. Yay, get excited. Nothing? Okay, please send me your emails if you have not been able to log into your Rockstar Agent account. Okay, and we'll get you straight today on that, because it's lots of good juicy stuff in there. And also, please start putting in your DPA points. We want to see what's going on. We want to see your growth and watch you grow and explode your business, right? Everybody go get a coffee. Let's take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Let's get this energy going and flowing, okay? Because this is a wonderful Wednesday to make some money, because we are money magnets and money flows through us easily and freely. We are listing experts and magnets, and we're the kings and queens of follow up, because we know we need to get them touches in, and it's the beginning of the month. Please do your Facebook ads, $50. Use it or lose it. And if you don't know how to do your Facebook ad, go into the Team Tucker Facebook page or our YouTube page and go find that class that Rob did a couple weeks ago. Amazing class, okay? Get into it. All right. Heart y'all. See y'all at team meeting. Let's do some DPA activities. I'm sorry, do we have a culture meeting today?